Welcome back. Okay. Let's put my clippy ring light. Yeah, that's right. We're a high-tech production here at Autumn Morning Studios, or whatever the fuck we're called. There's no one else here. What? I'm alone. Okay. I was overloaded with social stimulation yesterday, and today apparently I'm still being chatty and social, but just with myself. So I just started talking to myself. I apologize. I am just a little bit insane. I went out to the Renaissance Fair yesterday. That's where I got this dope circlet that immediately broke, and I had to like wire it back together. But it actually, it worked out really well, and it's still fine. Hello, my lovely little morning doves. Welcome back to my channel. So, as you may have seen in the last video, where I looked exactly the same, because I literally just filmed it, I have recently purchased a book from Dorian from Of Herbs and Altars here on YouTube, and with it, because of some accidents in terms of my payment getting lost and buried and having to redo it and having to get it shipped late and everything, I got the book a lot later than was kind of expected, which was no big deal. I wasn't in any rush, although I was very excited to read it, and I absolutely adore it, and if you want to hear more about it, that's the last video. That's all I'll say for now. But because of the kind of mistakes and the confusion surrounding me actually purchasing the book from Dorian, he sent me 10 Bpal's perfumes with my book. And one of the imps, 9 of them are imps, and one is a full-size perfume. One of the imps did break when I first went to open them all and kind of give them a first little sniff. So that one got thrown away immediately. I honestly don't even remember what it was called, but I have all the rest of them. I'm super excited to go through them again and to go over the notes with you and everything. I have my computer here with all of the links to each of these perfumes opened up, except for the first one. This one doesn't have a link or a name or anything. I'm kind of confused about it, but I'll get to that in a minute. So that I can tell you the notes of each scent, tell you what I smell, and I will be putting them on my arm so that I can kind of tell you how they smell on the skin versus straight off of the little wand or straight out of the bottle, because there's a difference. First and foremost, I have never had a Bpal's perfume ever. My last perfume haul, which was way back, was on Deep Midnight perfumes and some perfumes I'd gotten off of Etsy, which I really liked, but they were essentially me looking for a cheaper version of Bpal because I had seen Dorian's videos and I was like, damn, those perfumes sound amazing, but they're very expensive. Bpal's is a very expensive perfume shop, which is pretty normal. A lot of, you know, kind of custom I don't know what you would call them, perfumeries. But I wanted to have a try with some, and I found some on Etsy that weren't as expensive, but were in the same kind of spooky, musky, creepy scent vein as what Bpal does. So that was kind of my chance to do that and to find some, and it was great. I really enjoy a lot of what I found. And I have a little bit of an unnecessarily large perfume collection for the fact that I don't wear them every day, because I work with dogs, and it would be incredibly dumb of me to wear perfume and then go and just essentially get covered in dog smell, and it, you know, they're for special occasions, and I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I don't really go out or do anything. This is kind of it, and yeah, so I'm trying to kind of enjoy these things on my own, and if I do have, you know, the opportunity to go out and do something, I like to wear them out as well. So Dorian had kind of asked, you know, what kind of scent notes do you like? What kind of things do you like to smell like, essentially? And I was like, well, I don't know if anyone knows this, but I like the fall. I like the autumn time, the season, you know, that stuff. I don't, you know, I know I'm subtle about it, but I do like those things. And I like the smells that go along with them. In fact, the smells are one of my favorite parts of the season. I like the wet earth, the rain. I like the dead leaves and the moss. And I like incense and candles and spices and smoke and things, you know, like that, like those kind of things. So I kind of just gave that to Dorian. I think I was just like, I like autumnal things. I like spooky scents and shit like that. And he was like, fam, I got you. So this is what he sent me. The first bottle that I got, so this is the full sized, and it doesn't really have a name or anything. It just has the scent notes written on the bottle, and I couldn't really, I tried to find on the website if there was just, you know, like unnamed perfumes, but that just had scent notes, but I couldn't really figure it out. So I'm just going to tell you what the scent notes are. This one has, wow, I'm sorry, the ring light is making it so hard for me to read because as soon as I look away from the camera, there's just like a purple ring in my vision that covers up everything. Dead leaves, hemp, mossy soil, frankincense, and oud. Now, I know what all of these are except for oud. I don't know if I've ever smelled anything that was like just oud scented. But all of these other things are scent notes that I'm generally familiar with. So let's have a smell. Yeah, okay. So this is one of them that I have worn a couple of times since getting them and since opening them. It smells so nice. The dead leaves really come through for me. I'm going to take a little bit, and we're just going to go down my cool arm that I can't really show you because it doesn't twist like that, but we're just going to smear some on there so we can get a smell of it as it warms up on the skin. That one is so nice. Okay, so it has this kind of sweetness to it that I associate with the smell of rotting leaves, that kind of sweet, heady smell. Oh, it's so nice. But you also get the kind of incensey notes that frankincense and hemp and oud would kind of put into it, because those are things that I would more associate with being in incense. And again, the scent of like soil and leaves being kind of sweet and musky, and like it's like a higher note. I don't know how to describe. I don't do perfume things, so I don't know how to describe it, but it's a higher note, and it's really lovely. And it's very autumnal. Definitely leaves and incense is what I really get out of it, and I really enjoy it. And it smells so good on the skin. The next one is called Nosferatu. The rest of these are just imp-sized, so they're like the little sample-sized dudes. The scent notes for Nosferatu are desiccated herbs and gritty earth brought to life with a swell of robust and sanguineous red wines. So I'm going to carefully open these. These ones scare me because they're easy to break, but they just have the little stick in them. Now for me, the very first thing that I get from this is red wine. The red wine scent is what I smell the most, and it's really lovely. It's like a sweet red wine, and again, it has that underlying musky smell that I kind of associate with perfume, but also with like incense. Definitely the coolness of earth mixed with the sweetness of red wine. I don't know if I smell herbs that much. It's very much a wine scent for me. Like, sanguine is the word for this perfume to me. So definitely full of that just sweet, heady red wine smell is what I really get from that. And that is the other one that I have actually worn since getting these. I absolutely love it. The second one I have is called Haunted. This one is in the category Ars Moriendi. I hope I said that right. And the notes are soft golden amber, darkened with a touch of murky black musk. So, again, very carefully. I don't want to break another one of these. Okay. So I'm gonna smell crazy when I'm done with this and probably give myself a headache, but, you know, hashtag worth it. Oh, yeah. Okay. So definitely amber obviously comes through on this one because that's kind of the majority of what it is. It's exactly what it says it is. It's a musky amber scent. It's dark and sharp. Oh wow, okay. It's much lighter on the skin than it is straight out of the bottle. It kind of immediately dissipated a little bit. I lost a lot of the sharpness of the scent and it just gets really warm. Wow, that's really nice. Okay, so yeah, that's really interesting. So it was very sharp straight out of the bottle. It was very kind of high amber notes, um, sharp high notes, and as soon as it was on the skin, I got the soft amber. It really dissipated, it softened out, and it just became this lovely musky amber that was very warm on the skin. I really, really like that. That's so crazy how much it changed just from smelling it straight off of the wand and then like putting it on the skin. That was really cool. So that's a really lovely smell. I love that one too. So the next one is Whip, and it's in the Ars Amatoria category. And the notes are black leather and damp red rose. So it's another just 2-note scent, very simple. I can't, I gotta stop breathing it in because I can really taste it. Wait, hold on. Smelling it straight off the wand, I definitely get damp red rose. Not really smelling leather, but let's give it a shot on the skin and see how it dries down. Definitely get the damp red rose. It's a beautiful, soft, warm rose smell. But as soon as I put it on the skin, again, like magic, the leather came through. So once it dried into my skin a little bit and, I don't know, warmed up, the rose is, I would say, definitely the main note. I get rose much more than I get leather, but if I kind of smell it off of my skin, there is that hint of leather underneath of it. It's very mild, it's very light. It definitely speaks to me more in terms of rose than it does leather, but it's absolutely lovely. Next one is called Embalming Fluid. I was very excited about this because I like the name of it. I think it sounds spooky and gross because when I think embalming fluid, I think of like chemicals and formaldehyde and, you know, things that don't generally smell nice. Although I will say I have formaldehyde, and warning, do not actually smell formaldehyde. Like, don't actively go out and just like start sniffing it. That's not good for you. But I do have, I think it's 32% formaldehyde formalin, and it has a very sweet note to it. It's very like, it's a sweet smelling chemical, and then it like, you know, makes you feel awful and stuff. So wear a mask and be in a ventilated area when you're using shit like that. But that's kind of what I thought when I first got this. But the notes for embalming fluid, and it is also part of the Ars Moriendi category. The notes are white musk, green tea, aloe, and lemon. So to me, this sounds very kind of light, like a bright scent. Let's see if I can get it open. And almost, it sounds medicinal to me because of having aloe and lemon. There we go. Couldn't get the cap off. Yeah. So in a way, it almost smells like a cleaner. I would almost say like an organic cleaner. You know, there's no chemical smell to it. It just smells very clean and fresh and citrusy. It's very similar on the skin to what I smelled straight off of the wand. It's very citrusy. I definitely get that bright, kind of clean smell from this one, and I really like it. It's very different from the other ones. It's much more, it's a very bright scent instead of the others being kind of dark and musky and spooky. This one's very bright and uplifting, so it's kind of fun to have something that's, you know, it's very much in a different direction than the others. The next scent is called Eternal, and this is part of, let's see, oh, it's in 3 different categories. I don't know what that means. I don't know that much about Bpal, so I apologize, but the categories are the Ars Moriendi, In Memoriam, and General Catalog. So it's in 3 different categories on the website. And, ooh, The notes are stephanotis, cyclamen, heliotrope, white rose, and gardenia. The problem here being that the only two of those words that mean anything to me are white rose and gardenia. So floral is the first thing that I can really assume here. Whoa. Okay, so gardenia is definitely coming through on that one. Almost I would say too much, but let's see if it might, kind of chill out a little on the skin. Sniffing it straight out of the bottle is definitely the way to get it at its most potent. That is so... It's weird because I can smell my skin. That was a really stupid thing to say, I'm sorry. Again, don't know what stephanotis, cyclamen, or heliotrope are, but gardenia is what really comes through for me. It's a very floral scent, it's very strong, a little too much for me. This is probably my least favorite so far. It's better on the skin, but it's still, wow, that one actually kind of like, I get like a headache here in my lower forehead, upper nose region. Sinuses. I can feel that in my sinuses, is what I'm attempting to say very poorly. It's very strong in the gardenia. I almost can't even... I wouldn't say that I can really smell rose. I don't know if I am smelling the other scents because I don't know what the fuck they are. I don't know what these are. Could have Googled it, but I'm just going off of, what I have. Only two more left. So this one is called Phantasm, and it is in the categories Bewitching Brews, In Memoriam, and Bewitching Brews. Oh, right. I think that might have been an accident. It's in two categories. The notes for Phantasm are green tea, lemon verbena, jasmine, and neroli. I think that's how you say that, neroli. I don't know what that last one is, but the rest of them I am familiar with. I'm not exactly sure what the difference between lemon and lemon verbena is, but it's much more lemony. It almost smells like a lemon candy, but not super... It's not a sweet smell, but it has that really potent, like, artificial lemon almost? Which I don't know how... Because it's very similar to a real lemon, but it has almost like a sharp artificial lemon to it. It smells like lemon markers, scented markers? It is. It's like an artificial lemon smell. It's very strong. I don't think I'm not really getting the jasmine or green tea. It's just very much lemon. So it's a very bright smell. Wow, it says this delicate spectral perfume, but I wouldn't call it delicate per se. Okay, so as I kind of let it sit on my skin, it is getting better as it dries down. It's lightening up. I would say that after a while it would become delicate, but it is initially a very strong scent, and I still am not really getting the other notes to it. Very much a lemon smell, very clean, very fresh. Definitely not bad. Probably down there though with Eternal for me. So like those two I'm not loving, especially since Embalming Fluid I would say has, kind of the good parts of this one, but also has like that really nice musk. And for the last one, finally, this is called Hellcat. It is in the category Diabolus, and the notes are hazelnut, buttercream, honey mead, rum, and sweet almond. So this sounds like it's getting back into my alley a little bit. I love the kind of, oddly enough, as someone who can't have alcohol, I love the alcohol-y smells. Hazelnut, of course, is really nice. Buttercream. This sounds like, an alcoholic dessert on steroids. Sweet almond. Almond is one of my favorite scents in general. I love the smell of almond. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So that one is like, it's like an alcoholic cake. So this one definitely has like a dessert smell to me, but also with the mead and the rum, it gives it this kind of spicy smell. Once it's kind of dried onto the skin, it almost is, you know those pine cones you'd get at like the craft store for Christmas that are like scented, so they make your house smell good, and it's like, oh, it's a bowl of pine cones and they smell nice. It smells like that, which I love. Like, I love that smell. It's like spicy and warm and kind of, it's Christmassy almost, or just celebratory. I don't know. Yeah, it loses a lot of the kind of sharpness of the alcohol scents once it's on the skin and dries down, so it's very just like sweet and spicy and cakey. It smells like a dessert is basically what I would consider it. Once again, thank you so much, Dorian, not only for sending me your book and signing it and you know, sending me some Bpals to go along with it, and just way more than was in any way necessary, just for that little blip where my order got lost for a second. That was so nice, and I absolutely adore them, and I adore Dorian. So if you are interested in checking out some of Dorian's videos, he's like a super smeller, so he can describe these to you a whole lot better. Plus he's like, he knows a lot more about perfume than I do. So if you're interested in seeing some of Dorian's videos about Bpals, I will leave a link to his YouTube in the description below. He's a very awesome person, very entertaining. I really enjoy watching his channel. So yeah, if you want to check him out, please do so below. He can definitely give you a better perfume video than me. His book will also be linked below, as well as in the last video where I kind of talk about it if you'd like to check that out. I'll try and put a link up somewhere about his book, which I absolutely love. And yeah, I feel like my day today has just been smelling good things and talking about a book that I really liked this summer, and it's been great. So yeah, thank you for letting me kind of word vomit that all out at you, and now I kind of have a sinus headache from smelling a lot of things, so I think I'm going to go have some dinner and wash all the perfume off my arms to try and kind of help my head clear a little bit, because I'm just sitting in a cloud of like way too much perfume. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what your favorite Bpals are, because again, I really love them and I would be interested in getting more. So my next video is going to be about blood paintings. That is something that a lot of people are curious about, something that a lot of people want to know about, so I'm going to kind of compile from all my I'm going to compile questions that I have received on all of my social media about blood paintings, and I'm going to do a video where I answer all of those questions to everyone. I've talked to a lot of different people about it before, I've answered a lot of questions before, but this is going to be like a one place where you can you're gonna get all the answers that have been kind of floating around my social media spheres about this, because it is something that people are definitely curious about, because it's kind of weird and kind of like, well, what are you doing? And like, how do you do that? And like, is that safe? And like, no. Yeah, kind of. So yeah, that will be the next video. It'll probably be a longer one just because there's a lot to say and a lot to kind of explain. And I will also, I think, do kind of a speed painting along with it. So while I'm talking about blood painting, you'll also kind of have this like dual screen where I will also show you the process of blood painting. I'm working on a fairly large one right now, so when I have time to sit down and draw enough blood for that, because it will take more than what is usual for me, I will get started filming that. But until then, I hope you guys enjoyed these, and if you have any more questions about the book or the perfumes or about blood painting, please leave them below. I will collect blood painting questions for the next video. The other questions I will answer to you immediately below. Wow, I can't talk. I need to go. I hope you guys are having a lovely weekend or weekend. That sounds like weekend or weekend. Week and or weekend. I swear that's what I'm saying. I'm not just saying weekend twice. I'm going to leave before I babble anymore. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye!